Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility on this Wednesday. New review day here each and every week on Wednesdays. Today's no exception. Got a brand new one for you here on Frontiers Records. This is a band from Italy, progressive metal band that somehow I just have never investigated. I don't know why. I've had plenty of people, George Lemay especially for years, has been like, "Oh, you into DGM? I know you got to be into DGM." And I'm like, you know what? I don't think I've ever really much explored their music. Perhaps I should, now that I've heard their latest, which is called Endless. Like I mentioned, Frontiers Records. This is their 12th studio album. Had loads and loads of lineup changes, I believe. Again, I don't know a ton about this band. I believe that at the current moment, there are no founding members of the band in DGM anymore. If I am correct in that assessment. I thought I read that somewhere. Anyway, let's take a look at this first before we start talking about it. DGM Endless. Let's put this guy. This little shot of the band there. And in the booklet, because you know most of these Frontiers jewel case things are done very, very well with great booklets and stuff. Full lyrics. There's another shot of the band in front of that building. On the steps. Credits and all that good stuff. Oh, there they are again. So, who makes up DGM today on this album? You got Mark Basile on vocals, again an Italian band. Simone Milleroni on guitars. Andrea Arcangeli on bass. Fabio Constantino on drums, and Emanuele Casale on keyboards, flute, and sax. Guest violin on tracks 2 and 8, Gabriele Boschi. Orchestral arrangements and programming on track number 8, Ludovico Chioffi. Music by Simone Millanori, Emanuele Casale, and all songs published by Frontiers Records. Produced by Simone Milleroni as well, the guitar player, who I guess is the main guy in the band now. I'm assuming that the M in DGM stands for his last name, Milleroni. I'm assuming, because I think originally, or maybe he's the only original guy left, I'm not really sure, but I think originally DGM, the D, the G, the M stood for the three founding members, their last names, the first letters of their last names, and so he's probably the last guy standing, I guess, from that time period. Not really sure. Again, George can probably chime in down in the comments below, I'm sure, as he's watching this. So progressive metal band, 12 albums in. I had heard from folks when this album came out that this was kind of like a change of pace from the stuff that they've done in more recent years. And like I said, I went and looked at their whole discography, and I'm like, a couple of the album covers looked familiar, but I don't believe I ever bought or acquired. I've seen their stuff come in over the review wire, right? So, they've been on Frontiers for a while, and I noticed Frontiers always sent us the digital promos for these guys, but I don't think I've ever personally gone out and acquired any of their albums before. So I was curious to hear this. I'm like, all right, let me go check this one out. I heard this one is a little bit more straight proggish in spots, maybe not as much on the progressive metal side. I don't know. I still think there's plenty of progressive metal on this album. It's just under an hour. It's like 55 minutes long. You got 8 tracks. It starts off with a very cool tune called Promises, which kicks things off. Again, very symphonic, very straight up prog, very melodic, memorable. Thought it's really good. You got The Great Unknown comes next. I hear decent amount of Dream Theater, maybe not quite as heavy. I also hear a decent amount of Symphony X, not quite as heavy, especially in the vocal melodies and things like that. Then on track 3, we got The Wake. I mean, that sounds like Opeth. The arrangement, not the vocals, of course. By the way, Mark Basile's vocals are excellent, really good singer. The arrangement, the guitar riffs, it just reminds me of more recent Opeth, like the last bunch of albums. Not the death metal stuff, obviously, but it just sounds so much like stuff from Sorceress and any Heritage, all that kind of stuff. I mean, even reminds me of like an Opeth song or two as far as like the arrangement go. It's a great song. The Wake is really, really good. Solitude, which is up next, terrific. But again, it reminds me so much of Symphony X. It sounds like one of Symphony X's mellower, really melodic tunes. To the point where I had to do a double take. I'm like, God, is this like a cover? No, it's actually their own song. Solitude, great song. From Ashes, another terrific track. And then you got, the back half, like track number 5, 6, and 7. So 5 and 6, From Ashes and Final Call are very straightforward, like almost like heavy melodic rock songs. Real catchy, real just kind of like straightforward. I like them though. They're really, really memorable. Blank Pages reminds me, it's very mellow to start with, kind of like piano and atmospheric, nice vocals. Then it gets a little heavier, picks up the pace a little bit, reminds me of some of Dream Theater's more melodic, mellower stuff. It's a good, memorable song. And then the last track is Of Endless Echoes, which finishes off the album, and that's the big epic. It's like 14 minutes and change. Really good. Again, not overly heavy, some good playing, great soloing. The guitar work is excellent on the album, great keys. I love the fact that there's flute like splattered all throughout this album, like especially on The Great Unknown and on the last track. Very cool to hear some flute here. You get that little Jethro Tull feel in spots. I really like this, and at 14 minutes, the last track doesn't meander at all. It's pretty exciting the whole way through, and just kind of, it's a pretty tight song. So I really dig this a lot. I was, again, I didn't know what to expect. I was expecting something a little bit heavier, maybe a little bit more complex and just kind of whatever, but I think it's really good. It's really melodic. Again, for those who maybe don't like some progressive metal because it's either too heavy, or B, there's too much kind of soloing going on. This is not that in either way. This is just very memorable tracks, great vocals. It's not the most original sounding album you're ever going to hear. Like I said, I hear way too many influences and references to other bands, but it's just so well done that I can kind of look past it, right? So I'm going to give this 4 out of 5 star. DGM Endless. I really dig it a lot. I think it's really, really good. Production's good. Like I said, the vocals are great. The riffs and the solos from the guitars are excellent. Great keyboard layers, great drums and all that. Everything is top-notch stuff. Top-notch stuff. I might even be ranking this higher going forward, but I really like this a lot, and I've been listening to it quite a bit over the last week or so. So, yeah, if you've heard it, let us know what you think down in the comments below and give us your opinion. And if not, go check it out. Let us know what you think. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to get alert of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, get the links to our Ko-Fi page, our channel donations, our merch with Tala being a nuisance over here. Our merch page, our Cameo page, and our Sea of Tranquility membership options are all down below. Thanks in advance for all your support there. It's greatly appreciated. We'll see you soon here with more stuff. Hope to have maybe one more for you here today. Maybe 2 if you're lucky. If not, we'll pepper them out throughout the rest of the week and over the weekend. It's like how we do things lately, just trying to get caught up. And we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.